Hello boys and girls, how are you doing? I hope you are all doing well. My name is Aliya Kariyeva. I'm your English language teacher. Let's start our English language lesson. The topic of our lesson is transportation. The objectives of our lesson. Today, we're going to learn new vocabulary on topic transportation, do the explorer's quiz, and practice using new vocabulary. But I have a question for you first. Can you please tell me, how do you usually get to school? I am sure that some of you get to school by bicycle, or you can get to school by car. Maybe some get to school by minibus or go to school on foot. I am sure you understand that we are going to talk about different types of transportation. Let's see at other types of transport we can use to travel. And our today's first word is camel. Camel is a noun. Camel is a large animal that lives in deserts and is used for carrying goods and people. Camel, camel. The stress is on the first syllable. Camel. Repeat after me, please. Camel, camel. Good of you. The second word is helicopter. Helicopter is a noun. Helicopter is an aircraft that can stay in the air without moving forward and that has metal blades that turn around on its top. Helicopter, helicopter. The stress is on the first syllable. Helicopter. Repeat after me, please. Helicopter. Good job. Next word is lorry. Lorry is a noun. Lorry is a large vehicle that is used to transport goods by road. Lorry, lorry. Repeat after me, please. Lorry, lorry. Good job. Now let's continue. The next word is spacecraft. Spacecraft is a noun. Spacecraft is a vehicle that is used for travel in outer space. Spacecraft, spacecraft. The stress is on the first syllable. Repeat after me, please. Spacecraft, spacecraft. The next word is tram. Tram is a noun. Tram is a vehicle that runs on rails and that is usually used to carry groups of people for a short distance. Tram, tram. Repeat after me, please. Tram. Good job. And the next word is submarine. Submarine is a noun. Submarine is a ship that can operate underwater. Submarine, submarine, submarine. The stress is on the first syllable. Repeat after me, please. Submarine, submarine. Good job. And now let's practice. The first exercise, where I want you to complete the table with the words in the box. The words are bicycle, boat, bus, camel, car, helicopter, horse, lorry, plane, ship, spacecraft, submarine, train, tram, and airship. You need to complete the table below the box and divide the words according to the type of transport it can be used in. The type of transport can be used as a land transport or air transport or water transport. Bicycle can be used as land transport. Now, you have 1 minute to finish the task. Okay, now let's check. What type of transport we use to travel on land? They are bus, camel, car, train, horse, lorry, tram. What are the types of transport we use to travel in air? They are plane, helicopter, spacecraft, airship. And what type of transport we can use to travel in water? They are boat, ship, submarine. Good job! I am sure that you have done this task all very well. And the next task. In exercise 2, I want you to do the Explorer's quiz. Here you have 5 short texts. Below each text, you can find 3 answers. But you choose only one which is correct. You have 1 minute to do the task. Start now, please. Time is over. Now, let's check your answers. You are going to listen to the audio and check your answers.
Track 3.13, Unit 7, Vocabulary and Language Focus. Exercise 2. 1.
Marco Polo was only 16 when he joined his father and uncle on an expedition through Asia. During his 24-year journey along the Silk Road, he visited places like Constantinople, Baghdad, and Beijing. By the time he returned to Venice in 1295, he had travelled almost 24,000 kilometres.
2.
Gertrude Bell travelled extensively in the Middle East and across Central Asia in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. She learnt Arabic, Persian, Turkish and French, and spent many years learning about the history and cultures of the Middle East. She helped to establish the state of Iraq while living in its capital, Baghdad.
3.
In 1911, Roald Amundsen led the first successful expedition to the South Pole. In 1926, he flew over the North Pole in an airship. 4 years earlier, he had tried to reach the North Pole by ship but hadn't been successful.
4.
Amelia Earhart was the first woman to fly across the Atlantic Ocean. This was just one of her many records. During a round-the-world flight in 1937, Amelia's plane disappeared somewhere over the Pacific Ocean.
5.
When he boarded Vostok 1 on the 12th of April 1961 at the Baikonur Cosmodrome, Yuri Gagarin had flown in a plane hundreds of times, but he had never flown in a spacecraft. In fact, no one had done that before. Gagarin was the first human to go into outer space. About 8 years later, Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon.
Okay. I'm sure that you all have done this task well. Let's check. By the time Marco Polo returned to Venice in 1295, he had traveled almost 24,000 kilometers. The answer is C. Gertrude Bell helped to establish the state of Iraq while living in its capital, in Baghdad. The answer is B. Roald Amundsen led the first successful expedition to the South Pole, and in 1926 he flew over the North Pole in an airship. The answer is A. Amelia's plane disappeared somewhere over the Pacific Ocean. The answer is B. Neil Armstrong became the first person to walk on the moon. The answer is B. Now, let's read the texts once more time. This time, I want you to look at the photos of explorers. You can find 5 photos and 5 texts on the screen. Your task is to match the text 1 till 5 with the photos of explorers from A till E. To do the task, you have 1 minute. Now, let's check your work. Marco Polo matches the picture A. Gertrude Bell matches the picture B. Roald Amundsen matches the picture D. Amelia Earhart matches the picture E. And Yuri Gagarin matches the picture C. Well done. Let's continue. Task number 4. Here, I want you to choose the correct words to complete the sentences. Let's do one sentence together. You have a sentence. Amelia Earhart was the first woman to fly a helicopter across the Atlantic Ocean. I hope that you remember she was the first woman to fly a plane across the ocean. You have 1 minute to complete the task. You choose the correct word to complete the sentences. Start now, please. Now, let's check your answers. Sentence number 1. Our class went to Lake Issyk-Kul for our school trip. We traveled by bus or by car? We traveled by bus. Sentence number 2. The boat or the submarine was traveling at 300 meters under the ocean. Of course, the submarine was traveling at 300 meters under the ocean. Sentence number 3. I live really close to work, so I get there by bicycle or by train. Of course, I get there by bicycle. I live really close to work. Sentence number 4. Yuri Gagarin was the first person to travel by camel or by spacecraft. Of course, he was the first person to travel by spacecraft. Sentence number 5. It took us 4 hours to go from India to China by ship or by plane. It took us 4 hours to go from India to China by plane. Sentence number 6. Many years ago, horses or airships were a popular form of transport. Of course, many years ago, horses were a popular form of transport. Sentence number 7. To go shopping in the center of the city, I used the tram or the helicopter. I used tram to go to shopping in the center of the city. Sentence number 8. To carry lots of goods from one place to another, lorries or cars are very useful. Of course, lorries are very useful to carry lots of goods from one place to another. Good job. Well done. And now it's time to practice. This time, boys and girls, I want you to say, which explorer's journey do you think was the most difficult? Was it Marco Polo's journey which is the most difficult? Or it was Amelia Earhart's journey which was the most difficult? Or maybe it was Roald Emersen's trip? How do you think? Or maybe it was Gertrude Bell's? Or you think it was Yuri Gagarin's journey which was the most difficult? You should give your answers and explain why you think so. This is all for today. Thank you for your attention. That is all for today. Thank you for the lesson. Goodbye.